Hello, I'm Liz Lumley of Finextra, and today in Conversation With, I'm speaking to Richard Martin of Barclays.
Hello.
And we're going to talk a little bit about how sort of developments in the consumer world are affecting how banks are offering services to their corporate clients. And we're going to really focus on faster payments, faster payments, which is 5 years old, and it's really had an impact on how consumers in the UK pay each other. So, I just looking at Barclays, since you're from Barclays, how does Barclays currently see corporates using the faster payments service?
In multiple ways, really, I suppose. Insofar as you're absolutely right, the reaction to the consumer uptake of using faster payments, where at the heart of it, the faster payment scheme does mean that banks can exchange payments within about 10 seconds. That has meant that the ever-pressing demand for faster and faster service has obviously impacted on the corporate world. So I think examples I could cite would be, say, in the insurance sector, where maybe payments of claims and claim settlements, where you're looking at a situation where perhaps someone's been having to claim because of flood or fire damage, needs some immediate settlement, and faster payments gets there within seconds and they can see that hitting their account. Another angle was customer service refunds, was one that we saw very early adoption on. That was, again, improving that customer proposition from a corporate's perspective, to be able to say to a client who needs a refund and deserves a refund, it's in your account. If you look now, you'll be able to see that, and it will come up if they're using mobile banking, online banking, and they'll be able to see that on the screen.
So what about in the future? How does Barclays see faster payments being extended in the future? Where are the additional opportunities?
Well, there's a range of opportunities insofar as particularly probably in the field of supporting mobile commerce. So in terms of mobile payments, what we're seeing there is a combination of factors. You've got Barclays itself has developed Pingit as its own mobile payments offering, and that is built and uses the faster payments rails that have been built by VocaLink as part of its real-time payment system. So what we have there is the ability not only for person-to-person payments, where you're literally just using the mobile phone number, but behind it is the faster payment scheme and the money goes from bank account to bank account, but also then a whole range of corporate applications. So what we're seeing is, a good example would be utility bills, where the ability to put a QR code onto that utility bill, the individual can just use their mobile phone, take a picture, scan that QR code, immediately the payment is pre-populated, accept the fact that to pay it, it goes straight to the utility, immediate advice to the utility, 10 seconds lapse time, and they've got the funds on their account. And you will already get an SMS text back to say payment has been effected. Another interesting application that we are shortly to bring to market is something that we're likely to call Buyit, which is actually extending the ability for retailers to sell their goods. So you've got a situation maybe where the power of advertising is great in magazines, billboards and the like, but that's really enhancing or attracting you to look at those goods. What we can now do, again, with the use of the QR code, with the amount of information in there, is to say even at that time, you might be on a train reading a newspaper or magazine, you might be standing at a bus stop and you see an advert there. Again, you can scan that QR code, you can immediately be ordering the goods that pop up automatically pre-populated, your delivery details are sent straight through to the retailer, 2 days later the goods are delivered. So it's meaning you don't have to go home, go online, go to the shops or whatever. The actual chance to purchase is happening there and then.
So is the Buyit application based on the Pingit?
It is. It's just a sub-part of the Pingit app, basically. So that is going to be released shortly, and it will be just another part. It's already in there insofar as you've got the QR code reader. Is literally just a bit more in terms of the fulfillment that's coming to market in the next couple of months.
That's pretty interesting. So, turning it from the sort of what banks are offering to what corporates are sort of demanding, how do you see corporates, using faster payments, and what are they asking for from the service?
I think principally they're asking for the speed of settlement, the certainty of settlement. A good example, again, would be, say, the rise of companies that are maybe buying old mobile phones, for example, and mobile phones for cash is often the phrase. Actually, it's not so much cash; it's the direct credit to your bank account through faster payments that is enabling that. The other benefit for those sorts of companies are the fact that once they've received the phone through the post, they've assessed it and said yes, it's going to do it, they send out a text or an email to the person selling that phone to say the funds are with you, and they know that they can do that because they've initiated a faster payment. So it's those sorts of different types of applications that they were using. There are a variety of other applications. I think a new one that's going to be see an increase, I think, in terms of usage is, you may recall that the Chancellor in the last budget statement announced that the card payment industry had agreed to accelerate the settlement of all the value of the card transactions that the smaller merchants are taking over their counters or through their tills or online. And that settlement will be accelerated through the use of faster payments. So it's an alternative to the traditional method of using BACS, obviously with a 3-day settlement behind that.
So you've talked a bit about the opportunity, but here's sort of a bit of a more practical question. I mean, what do corporates need to do to actually take advantage of faster payments?
It's very easy, actually. There's two main ways that you can do that. One is through using any bank's online e-banking channels. So you have the ability, most of the major banks will have as part of their e-channel the ability to make faster payments, and it's just one of the various payment types that are on offer there, alongside maybe international payments, CHAPS payments, BACS payments and the likes. The other way is a slight derivation of the actual service which Barclays developed, called Direct Corporate Access, DCA as we abbreviate. And we're the only bank that offers that at present, and it's in effect a file-based version of faster payments. Very much mimicking what clients and corporates do today with BACS Direct. So using, again, the same approved software providers that provide Baxtel IP services, so people like Bottomline, Experian, Fundtech and the likes. And all the corporate user would need to do, if they're already using that sort of package for BACS, is to get an upgrade of that, and then to work with Barclays. As I say, Barclays is the only bank that actually supports that, and we would basically enable them, once registered, to be able to send files of direct to VocaLink, the payments that are the faster payments. And that's, you're obviously batching it up there, so you're not getting the 10-second responses, because it's batching it up in your own time frame. The service level agreement, I think, is basically 30 minutes, but we're actually in practice seeing those processed within 5 minutes.
Okay, it's an improvement on what it is currently
absolutely.
anyway. Richard, thank you very much for speaking to me. I appreciate it.
Not at all. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.